Alright, we're about to do some ground stabilization in this corner area of our shop where we have our crane, gantry crane. We turned this over yesterday, just using that shovel right there. But there's not a lot of room in here. We're just trying to do this little area. I didn't want to bring in a rototiller, heavy equipment. This one bag of Portland will be more than enough to stabilize this area of ground. I mean, it's maybe 4 by 6, 4 by 8. I'm not sure exactly. You can see the line right here. We ground stabilized this at an earlier date last week, and it's pretty hard. I mean, it's like concrete. Not as strong as concrete, like drive a semi on it, but we did it over here too, all the way to the door. And like I said, you can kind of see the line where it leaves off, and we got a little spot over here that we got to stabilize. It's not the prettiest thing, like a regular floor, but we're going to put a cap over this, or you could put our structural slabs on top of this. That's why we're demonstrating this. So let me get the Portland on there and let you know what's going on from there. Alright, you can see that I just got done spreading the Portland over the entire surface. But there's a little bit left in the bag. We might add some more. But that gets turned over, and we're going to just use this hand tamper for now. But like I said, bigger jobs, you want to use mechanical stuff, a rototiller. There's a thing called a Harley rake that we want to get soon that really turns the dirt into a powder. Really good. But this is good enough for now. And then we use a gas tamper to really tamp it down. But alright, let's do that next step. Alright, I started mechanically turning that dirt over with the shovel, and you can see how the Portland is starting to mix. This is the same method I already used for what I'm standing on here, which is nice and hard. Now, there's a certain amount of moisture content that needs to be added depending on your soil conditions on the job site. If it's real wet and muddy, no, you can't do this. It's got to be at a certain moisture rate. Right now, being in the shop, I got a roof over my head. It don't rain in here. So the soil's pretty dry, and it's not too bad for turning over. Yes, I'd rather have a rototiller, but really get a feel for the process and to show what you can do with this. If I could do this with a shovel and that hand tamper, and I'm getting good results already, imagine what you can get with a rototiller or a Harley rake, which is very aggressive when they grind up the soil with something like that, and using a gas tamper to really compress this dirt. Like I said, in the future we want to be able to lay down structural slabs on top of this. So this soil stabilization, tongue twister, is more than efficient to put structural slabs on. Now we're just my existing shop floor, I'm just laying, you can see where it stops. Yeah, there's a crack in the floor. I dropped some precast on there years ago, the Serpent actually, but it's only 3/4 of an inch thick, and I didn't even put wire mesh in there, and I'm very happy with the results of that. So I'm gonna, not this year, because this believe it or not, is hard enough. I'm gonna use it just the way it is for now, but eventually I'm gonna cap it with another 3/4 of an inch slab so that we have a nice smooth continuity floor flowing through the shop. You can see this is a little rough, but it's flat and it's hard. So that's basically it. I'll do one more step with the tamping, and we'll go from there. All right, we started tamping the first part of this, and we're blending it in with the stabilization we did the other day. So it's starting to come together. We got to add moisture and do a lot more tamping yet. We still got to till up that ground over there, but it's already starting to compact and come together. Like I said, the moisture content is not in there yet. We have to put that in and do some more tamping so we can achieve the hard surface we have here. One last thing I'd like to point out, even though this floor cracked, over here. Just want to point out, we did not stabilize the ground on this first slab. I did this about 4 or 5 years ago. Did not have that technology yet. So I just went and tamped the dirt and put this 3/4 inch floor with no wire mesh. And like I said, the only reason that I had tables set up here, and I was carving a serpent, if you watch our old videos. But I started building that serpent with solid concrete, and it got very heavy. The thing probably weighed over probably 500 to 1,000 pounds. It fell off the table, and that's what it did. And so what? I mean, it's a shop. I have the technology to patch that, so someday I'm going to patch all that in. But I'm happy with that floor sitting on top of dirt with no wire mesh right now. In the future, we're going to, with these slabs, we're going to have reinforced concrete, 1.5 inch thick, precast slabs on top of 4 to 6 inches of ground stabilization. It's very, very strong. We're going to be doing more videos in the future showing some stuff outside we're going to do. But we're very excited about this technology, and we want to bring it to our customers. It can really help in an affordable way to bring patios in people's backyards, because we do not have to dig the dirt out, haul the dirt out, haul in gravel, pay for that gravel. All we are is paying for the Portland, and it's 2 to 3 bags per yard. It depends on how stabilized you want to make your soil. And there's other additives technology that we have with polymers and our other additives that you could really seal this stuff up like an asphalt parking lot and drive cars on it without even putting structural slabs on it. They're doing it already on bigger projects. We're just trying to miniaturize it for people's backyards. So thanks for watching, and we'll get you more videos as this develops. One last quick thing to point out. Do I recommend pouring a 3/4 inch slab in your shop or your garage? No. The only reason I did it was because I knew in a future date I'd be remodeling and probably taking this floor out. So I wanted to be no wire mesh and very thin, 3/4 inch. And it still performed very well. And I wanted to get the shop up and running because I had projects to do. So I have the technology to do, and it's not your normal concrete mix. It's a very rich mix, so you couldn't take something out of a ready mix and pour it this thin with no wire mesh in it. But yeah, just saying, don't recommend 3/4 inch slabs on top of dirt, but we did it.